want to talk about frankincense, Frereana from Appalachian Valley, natural products, and Anatolian treasures. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the company, then I want to talk about frankincense in general. Then I'm going to talk about the products. I'm going to give you guys some basic information, tell you what you can use it for, and give you my opinion of it. My name is Sharon, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you guys subscribe below and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. Okay, so let's get started. The company has a very long name. I call it AVAT or AVAT. I've also heard it referred to as AVNP. To further complicate the matter, there's another website out there called Ancient Healing Oils. And if you look at these two companies, these websites, they kind of look like they're copycats of each other. And the story behind them is pretty interesting. So AVAT used to be a wholesale-only company. It was owned by Butch Owens. And Ancient Healing Oils was and is still owned by a man called John Krosky. John was a longtime wholesale customer of AVAT's. Eventually, Butch decided to retire and John purchased the company. Now, rather than merge these two companies together, he decided to keep them as two distinct entities, possibly because they both had good reputations and they had been around for a while. I'm not sure, but they are both owned by John at the moment. Now, one thing I really love about AVAT is that they have samples. So I'm going to show you guys. This is their essential oils. It comes in a screw-off top. Okay, so not the wands, the screw-off top. And it's 0.3 of a milliliter. So I have used this, but it's usually to the bottom of the label. So 0.3 of a milliliter isn't that much, but these oils, the essential oils are 75 cents. Their carrier oils are also 75 cents. They say that this is about a milliliter. I feel like it's more. So for comparison, this is a 5 milliliter container, and I feel like this is definitely more than 2 milliliters. I also think that this, if this is 0.3 of a milliliter, this is probably about 2 milliliters. I definitely think this could fill this up here. One of these days, when I use up these, I'm going to fill them to where they have them filled and measure them and figure out how much they are. Some of their samples do cost more. So their precious oils, such as heliochrysum does cost more, their jasmine, their rose, things like that are going to be more. However, it's a great opportunity to sample oils, even the cheaper oils, sample oils before you purchase them, or also get a few precious oils without breaking the bank. Now, there is another company out there that has samples for similar prices, and that's Eden Botanicals. I have yet to purchase from them. I am definitely going to be purchasing from them in the future because I do have a number of oils that I want to try. Now, if you do the math, I just told you guys AVAT is 75 cents per 0.3 of a milliliter. Eden's Botanicals is 1 milliliter for $2. So if I want to get 1 milliliter from AVAT, I would have to purchase $2.25 worth. So it's cheaper to purchase from Eden Botanicals. Now, AVAT has a few things going for it. The first thing is, for about $2, I can try 3 oils rather than just one. They also have free shipping within the continental U.S. on purchases of $35 or more. If you live outside that area, he does something called shared international shipping, and you guys share the cost of shipping. And he also has, for every order, and there's no minimum order, you can get 3 free oils or carrier oils, samples of 75 cents. So that's why I've purchased from AVAT. Like I said, I'm definitely going to be purchasing from Eden Botanicals in the future. Now, as I mentioned, they are a wholesale company that's open to the public. Anybody can go there. You don't need an account. If you go there, you're going to see a few options. You'll see, for example, with essential oils, samples, 5 milliliters, 10 milliliters, and 20 milliliters. These are the ones you see. Now, all of their milliliter bottles have an orifice reducer in the form of a Euro dropper. This gets the oil out drop by drop. So I mainly use essential oils for diffusion. I need them drop by drop to come out. I do know some people use pipettes, which are kind of like these plastic dropper bottles that you can use to get out the drop by drops. I don't do that. I use the Euro droppers. I am not affiliated with AVAT in any way, shape, or form. I'm not getting kickback, or this isn't sponsored. They don't even know I'm making this video. But if you go to their website and create a wholesale account, you get more options, and you can get the ounce sizes of the essential oils, 1, 2, 4, 8, etc. ounces. Now, the downside to this is that they do not have the Euro dropper. Of course, you can purchase Euro droppers separately, but they are not included. So whether or not you purchase milliliters or ounces probably has to do with how you use your oils. Like I said, I can make mine come out drop by drop using my Euro dropper in my diffuser. I did purchase spearmint. So it was 1 ounce, which is 30 milliliters of spearmint, and it was actually cheaper to purchase the 1 ounce size without the Euro dropper, because their ounces don't have Euro droppers, than it was to purchase the 20 milliliter size. So being the person that I am, I want to get more bang for my buck and cheaper. I purchased the 1 ounce size. And that was the only bottle I had in my collection. Now I don't have it. I gave it away. That didn't have Euro droppers. Now their samples, I'm going to show you their samples. Their samples also do not have Euro droppers, but as you guys can see, the opening of the samples is super small, so it's not like it's going to pour out. It's only 0.3 of a milliliter. I opened the bottle of spearmint, did not remember it did not have a Euro dropper, and I dumped my spearmint into my diffuser. My whole house smelled like spearmint toothpaste for a week. I now hate spearmint. I have a negative connotation of it. I wasn't so upset about the money. So his products are very, very affordable, to the point that if I had not found about them through that Facebook group, Real Aromatherapy Reviews and More 2.0, I would have thought the website was fake. I was more upset that my entire house smelled like toothpaste and I had, wasted the oil, not so much of wasting the money. So his prices, I'm going to give you guys an example. This is lemongrass, it's 20 milliliters. I paid like $5 or $6 for 20 milliliters. So super, super affordable. So that is one negative thing that I would say they have going for them, is their prices are so low, it almost seems like they are not legit. But the way that you can check out if an oil is legit, not from the prices necessarily, or the labeling, or the certified pure therapeutic grade trademark that essential oil MLMs have come up with, that doesn't mean anything. That's like me trademarking I'm the smartest person in the world. Just because I say it, just because it's trademarked, doesn't mean it's true. It's simply trademarked. You have to go by the GCMS test results, and he has those available on his website, and you can interpret them that way. One other negative thing I have to say is, so John is older. He's in his 60s. He and his wife seem to be working together. And his company has been around for a while. His social media game, which is Instagram and Facebook, is not that active at all. They're not very active on there. They do have a newsletter that they put out as well when they notify people of sales, but their website, if I compare their website to Eden's Garden or Plant Therapy, and I see Eden's Garden and Plant Therapy as two major essential oil companies that are actively trying to get customers, AVAT simply cannot hold a candle to it. Their website is super basic and bare bones. They do have certain information. They have the COA. COA is country of origin, where my oil came from. They also have how it was cultivated or grown or harvested, such as wild grown, organic, wild crafted, and they're going to tell you how it's distilled, hydro, steam distilled, or cold pressed, etc., things like that. And like I said, the GCMS test results. Other than that, don't expect a lot of information. So don't expect you to see the labels. You're never going to see this on their website. And you can see this is another way they save money. Look, their labels are super basic. And this is an older label. They have changed the eagle a little bit and made it not as realistic. Their labels are super, super basic. They also don't have a dot on top, but most companies don't. I know Plant Therapy does. They don't. They use stock photos on their website. They don't have a lot of flowery language as far as description or use. They have reviews. Their reviews are years old, and there's no way that I have found that you can review their products. I guess they took that option off. They do have some safety information when it is pertinent. For example, their carrot seed, they say, don't use if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Juniper berry, they say, don't drive after you have a massage because you might be out of it due to that. They say, be careful with pines if you have eczema. So things like that. They do have information. They're birch and wintergreen as well. They actually caution you not to purchase their product. Now that is awesome that a company is telling you don't purchase it unless you are an experienced aromatherapist and have worked with that before. Because comparing that to MLMs who go and say all our products are natural and pure and they're safe for everybody, oh my goodness, that is so dangerous. Like, how can anybody swallow that lie? Natural isn't safe, natural isn't good, natural is simply not synthetic. I don't care how pure or natural this poison ivy is, I'm not going to roll around in it. And maybe somebody doesn't have a reaction to it, but other people do, a lot of people do. And same thing goes with, for example, peanut butter. You can buy the purest of the pure natural therapeutic peanut butter. Some people are going to have harmful reaction, even deadly anaphylactic shock from peanut butter, and that's natural. Strawberries, things like that. So there's things in nature that can harm you or kill you. Please do not believe these MLMs. They have a vested financial interest in you purchasing their products. Not only do they want you to purchase them, but they also want you to go through that bottle as fast as possible. They're going to tell you to eat it or put it on neat or use tons of drops so you can purchase more and they can make money. Make sure you guys are getting your information from people who are not biased. Like if a company tells you not to purchase their products unless this happens, then I would put a lot more trust in them in a company rather than doTERRA or Young Living that says all our products are safe from everybody, safe for everybody. That is just such lies. I do have safety information below. I'm not an aromatherapist. I'm not studying to be one. I have no desire to be one. I'm coming to you from a consumer, a point of view that I have done the research for myself and my family. When in doubt, refer out. I'm going to refer you guys to experts who have dedicated their lives to essential oils. Now, I want to talk a little bit about frankincense in general. I'm sure you guys have heard that frankincense has been proven in labs to cure cancer. Now, whether or not that is true, I'm not even going to get into that. What I am going to say is these people who say that it's the boswellic acid in the frankincense which has these cancer that can cure cancer or decrease inflammation. They all agree that it's the boswellic acid. Now, first of all, essential oils, frankincense essential oils do not have boswellic acid in it at all. No frankincense essential oils has it. And I'm going to refer you guys to a world-renowned expert. He's dedicated his life to frankincense, and you guys can find that link below. It's from Apothecary's Garden or Fair Trade Frankincense. Dan Rigler, he is an expert located in Canada. No essential oil of frankincense has that in it. I don't care if it's from an MLM or your run-of-the-mill essential oil company. They don't have it. There's only 4 types of frankincense that actually have boswellic acid, and you're going to find it in the basic form, like the resin. And those are, and I wrote them down, according to Dan Rigler, it's frankincense serrata, carteri, sacra, and papyferia. And I know that there's some people who say carteri and sacra are the same. This expert makes a distinction between these 4. So 2 things. First of all, this is an essential oil, so it doesn't have the boswellic acid in it, and it's also the Frereana. It's not listed, according to Dan Rigler, as one that even has boswellic acid in it. So if you are looking for boswellic acid, I'm going to link below, and you guys can look for those 4 types, and just don't get the essential oil. You need to get the actual pure form of the resin. So frankincense is also been said to be in the Bible, and it is. It has been around since biblical times. However, the way that we are using it as an essential oil did not exist in biblical times. Okay, so the modern day steam distillation process did not exist in biblical times. The 3 wise men or the X number of wise people, what have you, who brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh to baby Jesus did not bring him bottles of doTERRA or Young Living. Don't deceive yourself, it didn't happen. They probably were bringing either the incense or the resin. Now, what is a resin? The resin, the gum resin, is basically the sap of the tree. So they call it tears. So when a tree is cut or tapped, similar to a maple tree, you're going to have sap run out. And that's what frankincense is from. So this frankincense that I have, the Frereana, is, so the basic information that I told you from the website, the COA is Somalia. This is from Somalia. It is wild grown and steam distilled. And again, he does have his information out there about the GCMS test results, so you can check that out. Now, according to him, he says a few things. He says it's great for cold and congestion. So that's awesome. Around this time, cold and flu season, which seems to last half a year, frankincense can help with colds and congestion. He also says it really helps him sleep, like when he can't sleep because he's all congestion. He also says it helps with times and stress. Now, if you're going to be using essential oils, please make sure you use them safely. I diffuse, and I use something called intermittent diffusion, which is basically on and off. My cheap generic diffuser is 10 seconds on and 10 seconds off. That's not ideal. However, it's better than constant diffusion. The most ideal thing you guys can do is probably about 30 minutes or 10, 15, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and then turn the diffuser off, for the same amount of time or even longer. You don't need to be diffusing all day, all the time, every single day. That just doesn't help. In addition, make sure you're using the correct drops. 3 to 5 drops per 100 milliliters is all you need. Of course, you can use fewer than that. With essential oils, you also need to be careful of something called sensitization. I have all this information in my blog about safety. Sensitization basically is building up a tolerance or immunity, similar as what you would to coffee. You just get used to it, and you have to drink more and more. You can build up a tolerance to anything, including drugs, alcohol, coffee, things like that. So I personally switch up my essential oils every few days. I know some people last longer, like a week or two, but you do eventually want to change them up. Not only can you get kind of a tolerance, but you can also have a negative effects. And I would encourage you guys to read the links that I have about sensitization. Now, if you're going to use this topically, please dilute it. Now, how you dilute it is going to depend on the age of the person. Like children, this is safe for children. So not all frankincense is safe for children. For example, serrata is not safe for children. And CO2s, mainly, there's very little research. So most companies such as Plant Therapy will tell you they're not safe for children, the CO2s. This is just the regular Frereana steam-distilled essential oil. This is safe for children. By children, I mean kids 2 and up. Make sure you're diluting it and using the correct percentage. And again, check out my links. You can see what percentage you're supposed to use, and there's also a calculator so you guys don't have to do the math correctly. So frankincense, besides being known for curing cancer because of the boswellic acid, which is not in this essential oil, it's also known for topical in skincare. So anti-aging, which is a misnomer because everybody ages. You can't stop the aging process. You might be able to slow it down. Can't stop it. Time does move forward. It's been said to help with things such as wrinkles or aging, age spots, things like that. I've also heard it can help with physical issues such as bruising, swelling, things like that, or pain. A lot of people find that frankincense helps with pain, such as muscle pain or joint pain. And again, make sure you guys are diluting your essential oils properly if you're going to use that. I also mentioned some other things as stress. Some people say it's great for times during grief or sorrow. Now, if you are experiencing depression, a lot of that, I would highly encourage you not to self-diagnose yourself with essential oils, but please see a caregiver or care provider who can help you with that. So I've given you guys a lot of information. I've talked about AVAT, gave you some basic information about frankincense. I'm going to include links below to a Facebook group where there are world-renowned frankincense experts. These people have dedicated their life to frankincense, and I have just barely skimmed the surface. So check out that information below. I told you guys a little bit about how you can use it and my opinion of it. I forgot to talk about the smell. I feel like the Frereana smells kind of like a cross between the Sacra and the Cartier. So from AVAT, they call the frankincense from Oman, they call it a Sacra, and if it comes from Somalia, they call it Cartier. I feel like this is very resinous. It's kind of honey. It does have a little bit of a medicinal, balsamic scent to it, but not so overpowering like the Sacra from Oman, from AVAT. I really don't like it. I think it has a very medicinal scent, but I really like the scent of it. I would purchase this again. I do like it. So please let me know if you guys have ever purchased anything from that, what you purchased, and also if you've used any frankincense. I'd be curious to know where you got your frankincense from and which version of frankincense that you've used. So I love hearing from you guys. Make sure you leave a comment below. Please like this video and give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. I will see you guys later.